You're very welcome to Farmleigh Library. Here I am again in front of this magnificent painting, the installation of the Prince of Wales into the Knights of St Patrick. And this is the work of Michelangelo Hayes, an artist who features himself here with his actress in the painting. Now it's Culture Night, and because we can't open because of COVID restrictions here in Farmleigh, we decided that we would look at the archives to see could we bring you something interesting for Culture Night. So we've gone back to 1868, the year of when this painting was done, and we have found some very interesting things in the archives for that day, which coincidentally was actually a Friday too, on that 18th of September. So we have found a lovely reference in the Express newspaper to the artist Michelangelo Hayes, because at that time he was secretary in the Royal Hibernian Arts, and in the newspaper he was advertising catalogues for an art exhibition. So we've also looked at what else you might have been able to do. What were these people in the painting maybe planning for their Culture Night that evening? So there were lots of things on offer. There was, in the Theatre Royal, a series of operas, and we know that the Rigolata was on offer on Friday, the 18th, followed by a Faust opera on the Saturday. So maybe that might be something that was a little serious for some people, the opera. So if you were more of an adventurer and liked it more thrilling excitement, there was something very interesting on offer, and I'd just like to read you out a little bit of the ad that we found. In the art theatre, the exhibition palace, Mademoiselle Galino, the renowned female Blondin, will perform numerous feats with and without a chair on the low rope at 9 o'clock. She will also perform on the high rope at 10 o'clock. The rope about 40 foot from the ground, and although she walks blindfold with a sack over her, all fear of danger is removed by network suspended beneath. So we can see that they were health and safety conscious back then in 1868. And then I suppose if you were looking for refreshments, the type of things that were on offer were black tea, because if you know that back in the 1800s, tea was a very tradable commodity. So there were tea dealers, Samuel Stevens and Co., and they were in Parliament Street and they were selling tea. But I suspect that some people might have wanted something a little bit stronger. So here I have another ad that's worth looking at. A prize winner ginger wine, Bewley and Draper were offering as a delicious stomachic and a wine for the family and invalid use. It is unequalled. And we're all aware of the wine merchants Finlater and Co. that are still trading today, but they actually were in operation back then, many years ago. And they had the Chancellor's Claret on offer at 14 shillings per dozen. And then for those of you who maybe after an evening's entertainment for Culture Night fancied a staycation, because that's what we're all about these days, there could have been an excursion to Wicklow that might have tempted people, with reduced railway fares, first class return being offered with, you know, some travel by rail, by road, and then a stay in the hotel. And that would have cost 12 shillings and 6d each. And that was in the New Rath Bridge Hotel in Rathnew. But let's go back to nearer to home near Farmleigh, because we started off with our painting, and I'd like to just finish off by saying that kicking off the day for the 18th of September in 1868, there were some military manoeuvres quite nearby on the 15 acres here in the Phoenix Park, and it was the 12th Lancers, which were the Prince of Wales Royal Military Group, would assemble on the 15 acres of Phoenix Park at 10 o'clock in the morning for some external cavalry evaluations under the commanding officer of the regiment, Colonel Thomas George A. Oakes.